Growing up in Essex, Vermont, Jim Fredericks first learned to ski at the Underhill Snow Bowl, just down the road from where he lives today. A student at Johnson State in 1969, Jim heard about a group of skiers from the U.S. cross-country team who were on the long trail, going end-to-end in 10 days.
Which is quite a feat. They're, basically running it. But every night they were getting off the trail and staying at someone's house and kind of having a publicity event. I went to this talk and I met these people that I heard about. And this one person, Mike Gallagher, I was a good foot runner at the time, and Mike was there, and I said, wow, so I got to meet all these guys. And I said, this is so cool. And I always wanted to cross-country ski, but never had anybody to show me to get into it.
Jim formed a cross-country ski club at Johnson, which at the time only had alpine racing. But the school provided cross-country equipment, and Jim started to go to Eastern and club races.
So I had the balance from alpine skiing, and so it was a perfect crossover. I think it was in my junior year, Mike Gallagher came to Johnson to teach and to coach. So he was my running coach. What an inspiration, that guy. Matter of fact, Mike was the biggest inspiration in my life.
But Mike Gallagher was still on the U.S. cross-country team, gearing up for his third Olympics, and so he was gone in the winter. And Jim went up to Peter Davis's newly formed Linden Nordic Training Center to improve his technique.
So a couple of years I was pretty much on the Eastern team, one of the top 5 kids in the East.
When Jim graduated from Johnson, the college offered him a job as their head ski coach.
We formed a women's cross-country team, a men's cross-country team. So we had a lot of great alpine skiers on the team, not as many good cross-country skiers. But I convinced many of the alpine skiers to race cross-country.
While he was coaching, Jim was named to the national training squad. By the 1980 Olympics, Jim had taken on the task of starting a cross-country training center in Craftsbury. And then, Alon asked him if he wanted to run their cross-country ski service program.
Working with these guys. I was their technical assistant. When we travel World Cups, Nationals, Olympics, I worked for Alon, so Dunkley was on the skis, Doug Peterson was on the skis, Jim Galanis was on the skis. So I had 3 of the top 5. Timmy Caldwell and Koki were on other skis.
Jim recalls a pivotal race shortly after he had moved on to teach and head the Nordic program at the Green Mountain Valley School.
I remember Paul Schilstad, that skied for UVM, showed up. And I said, what are you using for wax? He said, I'm not waxing today. I said, what? He said, I'm going to skate the race. So he went out and he won the race skating. I was second in the race. I was classic skiing, but he beat me pretty handedly. And that was when I was coach at GMVS. And I had the racers up there, and I said, from now on, we're learning how to skate. And they had just phenomenal results, and most of them made the junior national team.
After some 5 years at GMVS, Rosignol asked Jim if he would become their North American Nordic race director, a title and job he would have for the next 20 years.
So I worked with trying to recruit the top racers in the countries to ski on Rosignol. The U.S. Olympic Committee changed their amateur rules so people could make money. I'd recruit all these hot racers coming out of college to race for Team Rosignol, which got very big. We go around to all these marathons across the country, and it was kind of like a dog and pony show. We'd give clinics. This allowed these people that wanted to become Olympic racers, allowed them to still race and train because they were making money.
When Rosignol left Vermont, Jim decided to stay and answered an ad in the paper to become the new executive director of the Catamount Trail Association.
And at the time, the Catamount Trail was floundering.
With little nonprofit experience, Jim guided the association into solvency through good management and wonderful events like the race to the top of Vermont. When Jim retired from heading the Trail Association, this ongoing event that today draws close to 1,000 participants serves as his legacy, ensuring the future of the Catamount Trail.
I still have a tremendous passion for Nordic skiing. I'm kind of like the dinosaur on the circuit.